Whew, so I'm in the garden. Welcome to the chat. Okay, this is my first time using YouTube. I'm usually on. Hey everybody, this is your girl Delilah Fitness, and today we are going to be talking to people who are thinking about transitioning to raw. Now, first and foremost, this is like my second time using YouTube, so I'm kind of new to this. So I'm still feeling YouTube out as far as going live. So usually what I do is go on a tour of my garden. Now, a lot of you know that I am in Central America. So a lot of the food that I eat, I grow. So let's take a tour. All right, so this is my garden. Wow. This is not doing it great. This is my sunflower. It's supposed to be a mammoth, but it's... I need to put more compost over here. All right, so this is my garden. So this is where I grow pretty much a lot of my food. This is the red okra. The okra's starting to come up. So for those of you who are thinking about transitioning to a raw vegan lifestyle, first and foremost, man, she didn't cover up that compost. I got to cover that up when I get out. All right, I'm just seeing certain things. I'm distracted. Okay, I'm back. So the first thing that what I did when I went 100% raw. Now, mind you, when I went raw, I was living in the States at this particular time. I was living in the States. I've been raw now for over 10 years, but I was living in the States, and one of the hardest things to do, I got to tell you, when I went raw in the States was during the winter time. Everything was so cold. Now, I was in Brooklyn, and the hardest thing was trying to stay warm during the times when it was freezing. Like sometimes it was below 20 degrees. I got to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. A couple of times I called in sick from work. I just couldn't get out the house. It was freezing. It was rough for me. So usually what I would do is put like cayenne in my socks, like cayenne pepper. And I got to say, at this particular point, when I was living in the States, I kind of every now and then had like hot tea or something like that, some kind of broth or some type of tea just to keep me warm. It's really tough going raw in the States when it's wintertime. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not going to tell you no, whatever. I'm not going to jive you. It was very challenging, but I made it so. I didn't splurge and eat cooked food. I just had, honestly, some tea or some broth just to get me through. But I do remember times when I would be so cold in the States. Oh, look at my lemon basil. Yeah, this is lemon basil. I got a lot of seeds. I'm going to get back to it. I got a lot of seeds that blow in the wind, especially callaloo. I got callaloo all over the place. But this is lemon basil. I usually use this for my salads. And I love the oils. Ooh, it has an aroma. So, it was tough for me. So what I would recommend for what I did was have some broth and, tea. I had like maybe 1 cup of tea, maybe 1 or 2, and some broth. That's one of the reasons why I left the States. I couldn't take the cold weather, and I couldn't take the cold people. Cold people, cold weather. Not good. Not a good combination. It was tough. And then I'll say with that being said, I had issues with seasonal depression. So between the cold weather, the cold people, and trying to stay warm, trying to, maintain the raw vegan lifestyle, it was challenging in the States. But I did it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did it for 6 years. 6 years. Then I transferred out. I relocated to Central America. But it's not impossible. You just need also, what I had was a community. I had my sister. So it wasn't like it was just me in a household full of meat eaters and cooked people who ate a lot of cooked food. Now, I just want to let everybody know I'm not doing the whole me versus them thing. I'm not trying to use food as a device to fight or separate. I'm just saying, for me, I went raw for compassion of animals, which vegans do. But I also went raw for my body. My body needed more medicine. I had tumors. and my body needed more nutrients. I did not want to get cut and have a hysterectomy. So for me, the best thing for me to do to save my body from being butchered was to go raw. Now that was for me, and I'm gonna be honest. If I wasn't having a medical emergency with my health and tumors, I don't know if I would have went raw. Let's be honest. I was going in that direction. I wasn't 100%, but I don't know if I would have went 100%. It's just that based on, and that's what humans do. When it's a call to life or death, you would do anything to live, but I just stuck with it. Once the tumor shrank, I just stayed with the raw lifestyle, and it worked for me. So for anybody out there that's considering going raw, it is challenging in the States, and that's real. But when the wintertime come, or when it's coming, 80-20, some people raw 80, 20% cooked food, which is no judgment. It's all personal. So for me, I really wanted to heal, and I wanted to live. I didn't want to get butchered up by doctors and everything, and my uterus taken out. Then it would be something else, So I actually left the States, and now I'm much more healthy. The tumor shrank. I have my uterus, and I have my garden. So it was a win-win situation, but it was challenging to let go a lot of stuff that I was owning. That I had my apartment, my clothes. I had to let that go. I couldn't carry a lot when I was transitioning and leaving. I had to carry the big essentials and move on. And I let a lot of stuff go, gave a lot of stuff away, and I threw a lot of stuff in the garbage. Things that I valued, or I thought I valued at one point, it was weighing me down. So I had to make the choice of leave it or carry dead weight. So I decided to let it go. And like I said, a lot of stuff I just threw in the garbage. Like the night before, I just put everything down, and I put a sign that says free on it. My couch, clothes, a lot of books, a lot of furniture, just threw it out. And the thing about that is that when you are choosing to live and you really want to live, that stuff that you value or you think you value at one point no longer has any type of meaning anymore because you want to live. So that's what I did. I just let go. But again, no judgment. Winter is challenging, but make the best of it until you can move on to another phase of life. But for me, and I get this question a lot with people who ask me about what did I do in the wintertime, I just added broth and a little bit of tea, and I just kept moving. But I didn't cook my food. I didn't cook my vegetables. I didn't go through sauteing. I ate raw, but I just basically added some hot, and even back then I did use the dehydrator. So, and that's considered raw too. I had my portobellos, and then my crackers. I would make my flaxseed crackers with the dehydrator. So that's it. So I wanted to answer that question because people keep asking me about going raw in the cold. So I hope I answered that question. My first time on, these ants are out of control today. I'm getting bitten up by ants in my garden. I think I'm stepping on their home. So I just wanted to answer that question. I hope I answered it properly. If not, just hit me up and I'll elaborate. But pretty much that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna drag it out. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not the type of girl to be dragging things out. I'm a hit it and quit it type of person, so I don't want to linger. So it's pretty much up to you. The ball is in your court. My philosophy in life is that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink it. What I do is give the information, put it out there. I share my experience, and what you do with it is up to you. So no judgment, and no division on food. Take what you could get, take the pluses and leave the negative, and whatever works for you, ride it out. All right, guys, just wanted to touch bases and hope you have a great day and enjoy your life. Peace.